Welcome back to WJHI and another edition of our Coaches Show with Coach Chuck from Bellarmine University. Always one of my favorite things I get to do. Just honored to have you here, so welcome, Coach Chuck.
Thanks, man. Yeah, excited to be here again.
Yeah, let's get right into it. I got to come to your Soldier Salute. It was just before Christmas. Had a great little alumni gathering after it. Had a good show. Two of my coaches, Tom Bartle, who does some of your announcing, and Evan Myers, who coaches with me, were both soldiers that got to go down there. So I felt very honored for them to be there. But you wrestled one of the toughest teams in the country that night. What was that night about?
So, yeah, you're referring to our duel against Kentucky, our first home duel of the year against Kentucky Western, which is really cool. We got to honor, like you said, a lot of our troops, a lot of the military veterans, first responders. So it was a really cool event. We had about just under 2,000 people there for our home duel, which was really cool. Just to have the atmosphere that was awesome. We talked about on our last show just about how DWP was helping with the production and with the smoke and the lights and all that stuff. And so to have that many people there to honor, all the people that served our country or in our community was awesome, and it was kind of unique because after that we went to our Christmas tournament where we got to see some really strong teams, the University of Iowa's of the world, Iowa State's, UNI, some of the Ivy Leagues, Columbia, and UNC, some of those schools were there. So that was pretty cool. So we saluted the soldiers at our event, and then, hey, we went to a tournament called the Soldier Salute in Iowa City, and it was cool. But we always like to recognize, that and give, credit where it's due. And so it was a cool event for our first home event to be able to do that, and then turn around and a couple weeks later, right after Christmas, be able to do the same thing up in Iowa at that event. So we've had a good first semester.
Yeah, if you're new and watching this, like wrestling in Iowa is kind of the thing to do, wrestle in Iowa or Pennsylvania. So taking his team to some tough stuff. I was kind of adding your Soldier Salute and your dual meet together. We'll talk about your dual meet later coming up, but if you guys get a chance to go through their social media, there's some awesome highlights of that meet with drones flying over the smoke and flying over. It's just awesome. So it's kind of like, for me, I told somebody the other day, they said, "You going to the Bellarmine meet to watch?" And I said, honestly, no, I'm not going to watch. I'm going because it's the social atmosphere as well. Like it's the who's who of Southern Indiana and Kentucky wrestling there to like say hello, and for me being not so competitive atmosphere with them. It's special for high school coaches as well. So we thank you.
Yeah, no, that was fun.
So after the national duels, or after that, you went to the national duels.
That's right.
I believe you're back-to-back national duels champs.
That's right.
Tell us more about that.
Yeah, so the NWCA holds a national duels event this year. Last year was in Louisville, so we had a good time just being in our backyard when we won it. This year they moved it to Cedar Falls at the Unidome, so we went up there and had 6 duels, and we went undefeated, scored a lot of points. In our transition, we're still finishing up NCAA, and so that's why we're able to compete in national duels right now. And so it was a good measure after learning a lot about our team at the Soldier Salute tournament in Iowa City a couple weeks before that, and then to go back to Iowa to wrestle in the duels, and we got to have a little bit more success in terms of individuals. Almost all the matches. We only lost a couple matches that entire tournament. And so that was just good for us to kind of pull from and learn where we fell short in the last event, and then hey, let's implement some of those things we learned here, and the guys have. It feels good to score a lot of points, so building that confidence and getting that back going, ready for our next home duels, it was awesome.
I'm going to go off script here a little bit. I know last year, I think you got that kind of qualified you for a tournament in Puerto Rico, or am I?
Yeah, so our national tournament through NCAA was in Puerto Rico. That scored points. There's a different kind of point scoring system. It includes the duels as well. That helped us down there, but yeah, it's not a specific qualifier for that national tournament that we'll have again this year.
Is that also in Puerto Rico again?
Not in Puerto Rico this year, but in the great state of Louisiana. So yeah, it'll be a little different. Yeah.
Maybe get down to Bourbon Street with the guys.
Yeah.
My other question, though, going back to the Soldier Salute, we had a clinic one day, and you sent Thaddeus Huff over. And I know he is in ROTC training. He did an awesome job with our kids, not only talking about his ROTC training, but what it's like to wrestle at Bellarmine. Do you have anybody else to be soldiers that you know of?
Yeah, it's been something that we've definitely supported. Anybody that's interested in going that route, and so right now I think we have 5 athletes.
Oh wow!
That are doing that, and yeah, they're similar to him. Hey, they're passionate about wrestling, passionate about their school, but also want to serve their country, and so it's a pretty cool opportunity that they have here at Bellarmine to be able to do that.
That's so cool because someday they'll be the ones standing there with them. So that's very cool. Well, back to our script. I know Bellarmine is nationally known for the grades. Everybody I ever know there. I know it just from my high school. There's a couple doctors from Jennings County High School out in the middle of nowhere that I see hanging on the halls there that were athletes. They were all basketball, but now wrestling is in the mix. So you guys how do you handle having 40+ student athletes at all time being relevant on the national scene in wrestling and in the academic venue?
Yeah, the guys have done a phenomenal job academically. I think we finished with a 3.3 GPA with, like you said, with over 40+ athletes in the mix for that. I think we had 4 athletes that had 4.0s, and so over 32, I think, with a 3.0 or higher. And so just really, really impressive to have that many guys kicking butt academically. But I would love to take all the credit and say, it's just because of, solely my leadership. But we have a lot of people on our campus, my rest of my staff, my assistants, Brendan Murphy and Noah Hardy also, really helping the forces with the Bellarmine staff as well. So Andrew Schrader's been our main contact, our main guy that helps keep us in the loop of how the guys are doing and stepping in where we need to help, guide them in the right direction. But there's a ton of staff and tutors and all that stuff there to help these guys be successful in the classroom. Like you said, it's not a fluff school. Yeah. It's a tough school where you can be a doctor, right? You can serve in those high-level careers, and so the academic rigor is there, and it's challenging, But these guys know that hey, you don't have to just be great in one or the other, academics or athletics. Hey, they can be a great wrestler and perform, really, really strongly in the academic realm. And so just really grateful for our staff at Bellarmine, my coaching staff, that helps us lead these guys to, expecting that and then going out and actually getting it done and, meeting the expectations they set out to do. So it's been pretty cool for me to see the last 2.5 years, to see the growth and to see the systems in place to help these guys be successful. So really grateful for that.
Yeah, you definitely created a culture of a certain kid wants to go to Bellarmine to wrestle to be a part of a certain group, and you definitely created that. Even when you're on campus, like I've had a few times I got to walk on campus, it just, albeit beautiful, it seems studious on top of the athletics, so it's a neat atmosphere. Yeah. I guess some people might try to call it the Harvard of the Midwest, even though University of Annapolis grads get to claim that. So we can keep arguing about it. But we'll move on. I'm a huge fan of you guys, so I follow all the social media, and honestly, I've become a bigger fan since getting to know you, Coach Schuck. He does things the right way, but you're 10-0 right now. Yep. Has that ever been done in school history, and what else?
Yeah, well, we have to that credit, we have a short history. We're not program hasn't been around hasn't been around a long time. But yeah, hey, being undefeated is a cool thing, and something it's a mark, right? That's kind of fun, but it's not something we're trying to we got to protect that. We tell our guys we're just having a good time and wrestling hard and giving our best out there, and that's what we're gonna do the next duel. Friday night, hey, we're gonna do the same thing. Yeah. And so, hey, if it ends up with another W, then we'll chalk another one up on the board, and that's kind of cool. Yeah. The fans, the supporters, they love to see those stats, come through. And hey, being undefeated is fun to be able to talk about, and us to talk about here today. Yeah. But ultimately for our guys, it's just about going out and get the next event and have a great time doing it. And yeah, when it's done, if we get to, we get the W at the end, that's cool too. But ultimately, we just want these guys focused on kicking butt in that 7 minutes they got on the mat.
I know winning is not the most important thing, but we're in sports and it's fun to win. So something I always tell my guys is your goal is to go undefeated, and my goal is to find somebody to beat you. And I know next year there's a possibility of a huge opening day meet.
That's
which
right.
It better be true because that's why I bought season tickets. Tell us about that.
Yeah, so really excited about our home event next year. We'll kick off Wrestling the University of Iowa. So we got some things in the works right now to make it a really big event. But like you said, our season ticket holders will have first option in terms of their seating for next year's season tickets and all that. And so that's one of the incentives for sure. And having a big duel like that with historically one of the best wrestling programs ever to be in town in Louisville will be really cool. I think it's going to be a little too big to be in Knights Hall, and so we're really excited to finalize some of those plans. We've been working hard on it to get that wrapped up so we can make that announcement as soon as we can about what else will be included outside of our wrestling duel. And so, but I'm really excited and hoping to be able to put 10,000 plus fans in a event for a wrestling duel here at Louisville. It'll be a lot of fun.
Yeah, win or lose, wrestling the best is awesome.
Yeah.
And if that means Coach Chuck's bringing in gold medalists to the area on that one. Yep. He's bringing Olympians to the area on that one. So it's something in my 22-year history in the area has never been done before. That level of wrestling in the area. So thank you for that.
That'll be awesome.
On all behalf of all of us. But sooner, tomorrow night, you have a home meet. You always make it a show. You always have something going on during it. So if your wife wants to go, if your kids aren't that into wrestling, there's always something else to do at the event. What's tomorrow night's event?
Yeah, so tomorrow at 7 p.m. we wrestle Presbyterian at Knights Hall, right there on campus. And like you said, we'll have some show going on. DWP is helping us out again to create an atmosphere that's second to none. So we'll have some light show. We'll have some of the smoke. We'll have some of that stuff going. Really awesome intro video. Yeah. So if you're a guy that likes to see all the action, but if you show up right at 7, you're going to miss some of that. So you got to see some of the pre. Show up at 6:45 so you can see the intro video and see a little bit of that. And then we'll have a little halftime event too, where we'll have some competition, some tug of war competition and some of that stuff going on with some of the student body, and so that'll be a good time too. But other than that, it'll be some great wrestling. That's what we hope to be is the best part of the show, But like you said, for people who aren't necessarily wrestling fans, all the other things that are happening around it will be great, and perhaps the opportunity to win tickets for the greatest shows that come to Louisville, which is Bourbon Beyond, Louder in Life. DWP is going to be giving the opportunity to people that are in attendance at the duel to win tickets to those. And so looking forward to being able to hand out some tickets to some fans that come there to support Bellarmine Wrestling and give themselves a chance to see the greatest show in Louisville, which is Louder in Life and Bourbon Beyond Festival. So
soon to be Bellarmine Wrestling. But
yeah.
If you're a music fan and never been to Louder Than Life or Bourbon and Beyond, if you would win that, your few dollars to the wrestling program to get into the meet is gaining you a couple $100. And
that's right.
I usually go each year and usually meet other wrestling coaches at it. I've met Coach Thomas over from Moore over there, and Coach Ruff from. I've met him when Pearl Jam was playing. Like, if you don't know about those two concerts, it's well worth your time to get over to the event just to be in the chance to win those tickets.
That's right.
What else we got? So after this week, I know you probably got one more home meet because I know I have it on my schedule.
Yeah, that's right. In the month of January, we have, so the following Sunday, the 28th, we'll wrestle Gardner Webb, so another SoCon opponent. And so, excuse me, looking forward to that. But we'll have 2 more home events in February as well. But this month, these are the 2, tomorrow night, Friday, and then the following Sunday. So our competition schedule here is SoCon duels. So we'll have a few here at home, and we'll be on the road a little bit. We'll see another non-conference team when we wrestle VMI out there, but most of it will be SoCon duels. So really looking forward to kind of kicking this off this Friday and hopefully starting off with a bang.
Yeah. Well, that's what I got planned as far as question goes. Do you got anything else you need to say to your fans, the viewers?
Well, just looking forward to seeing all you guys out there and supporting our guys, and give yourself an opportunity to win some concert tickets. It'll be pretty sweet too. So appreciate everybody that's been out and continues to support us in person and from afar. So appreciate that.
Yep. And if you can't make it to the event, it's on TV. We got 2 former Jeff High wrestlers and coaches that do the play-by-play. And then there's a little after party at a restaurant down the street called Rye that alumni Tom Bartle owns. So lots going on.
Yeah.
Get involved with local college wrestling. Thank you. That's it from WJHI. Hopefully we'll get in a couple weeks Coach Shuck coming back to tell us about the end of the season and maybe some summer plans that if you want some local practices you get in on. Thank you.